Nick Hague is using VGK's failure to make the playoffs the year before the Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup as impetus to help his new team rebound from a disappointing season. That story and more next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. From Las Vegas, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure to subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. I am a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. And Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the collectibles editor for the Hockey News. We are brought to you today.
Need to shave too.
We're brought to you today by Gametime. Download the Gametime app today and use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL. You'll receive $20 off your first purchase. Ahead on today's show, we'll talk about Nick Hague and his new environment, if you will, there in Nashville. Where does Brett Howden fit in? And, of course, the return of What the Friday. It's already Friday. Former VGK defenseman Nick Hague, let's start off there, telling the media in Nashville yesterday that he feels that even though he didn't play for the Predators this past season, he still feels that their last season was some sort of a fluke. The Predators, he feels, will have something to prove now here going into next season. And he referenced the 2022 Golden Knights who missed the playoffs, and he said, it didn't sit well with anyone here. We remember that long summer, but he said then that VGK came back and he felt that they were hungry. The Golden Knights had something to prove. And he said it's a powerful feeling to have that sort of desire, to have that kind of desire. And Hague already making his mark perhaps as a leader in Nashville.
You had me until you said leader. There's a lot of other players in that locker room that have a lot more experience, whether it's with the Preds or just as far as the NHL is concerned. I understand what Hague is saying. Different scenarios, right? The Golden Knights, when they missed the playoffs, it's not an excuse. It's that's not an excuse. It's a reality or whatever it is. A lot of injuries. That is what you can point the finger at for the 21-22 Golden Knights not making the playoffs. The 24-25 Nashville Preds, Philip Forsberg's 82 games, Marchessault's 78 games, Stamkos plays all 82, Ryan O'Reilly 59, Roman Josi 53, that's a blow. Brady Shea 82, Evangelista 68. I can keep on going. So injuries are not why the Preds missed the playoffs. I think you had a hard time bringing all that talent together and having everything mesh. A lot of veterans there. I think they realized their situation and they simply turned off the light switch probably sometime in December and just wanted to get through the season. I do agree that the Preds they can only go up. They were terrible last year. But I do think it was a bit fluky in the sense that you can't have that much talent in a locker room and be that bad. So I do think that team will be a lot better. And there certainly are some parallels to the 21-22 Golden Knights and 24-25 Preds.
Yeah. And another benefit for a team like Nashville, as it was for the Golden Knights, when you get eliminated and you don't make the playoffs, you have that benefit of the long summer. And I thought that was so beneficial for the Golden Knights.
Oh, no doubt, 100%. And it's all signs are pointing up. I don't know what the Preds offseason props are as far as playoffs, no playoffs, points totals and stuff like that. But I would confidently go on over and everything right now because I think people are going to be really down on the Preds for what happened last year. And that is a team that, starting with Barry Trotz, general manager, feels and it looks on paper that should be a Stanley Cup contending team or at least a division contending team that's going to make noise in the playoffs and not be out of the hunt by late December. So it'll be fun to see how that plays out. I wonder how Hague is going to end up fitting in there, where he, what pairing he slots in at too.
Yeah, and they're talking about a top 4 defensive pairing for Hague. So his role's going to change there with the Nashville Predators. And with VGK, same thing we heard, about Nick Waugh. You have these players pretty much, and they know their roles here. But Bruce Cassidy also said Waugh and perhaps Hague, they can expand those roles in other places.
Curious second segment segue how Howden's going to expand in the 24 to 25, 26 Golden Knights season as well. Yeah, I mean, Nick Hague, I don't know what does Nick Hague have to offer within his current skill set. He's big, he moves well for a big skater. Hitting is probably number one. I think Hague, I'm not going to call an NHL player soft by any means, but he certainly can be a little tougher on the puck at times. And, dude can fight, that. He can
Elite fighter.
There
Don't
you go.
forget the word elite.
Fighter. And apparently the Sharks did too yesterday. So I don't know. I mean, can Hague put in a few more, score a couple more goals every now and then? I mean, he does have that big shot, but I mean, he's never had more than 5 goals, which is what he had last year. 5 goals, 7 assists, and then 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals. So if he can expand that to 7 or 8 goals, okay, I guess we're talking about something right there. But at the end of the day, Hague is who he is. He's a big 6'6" body that's going to hopefully confidently give you, 15 and a half, 16 minutes a game and go from there. As far as where he might slot in, I'm looking on Daily Faceoff right now. Yossi and Brady Shea, I think those are the two who are pretty cemented in their roles.
Yeah,
on
that's
the top
cement.
2 lines. And then after that, you got Justin Barron, Nick Blankenberg, Nick Hague, Nick Perbix. What's with all the Nicks? They got 3 Nicks in there. That's going to be so confusing. The 3 Nicks. Can Hague crack that top 4? I think it's likely.
Yeah, I think that they're going to slot him in on that top 4 too. And he makes a massive move there as far as monetarily, gets a raise up to $5.5 million. And I think, again, this trade is something that works out for both teams when you take a look at it. Colton Sissons,
great trade
and
for Vegas,
Jeremy
I think,
Lauzon.
100%.
I think it's good for both teams. I think it really will work out well. You need Lauzon, who comes off of an injury, to be healthy. But again, a guy that'll just eat your nachos or whatever you say when you knock him in the stands over the glass. And then Sissons, of course, just for his face-off ability and just a guy that's just gritty. I think he's going to be a difference maker with this team. They're paying him a lot of money there. Hey, yeah, he'll have to be in the top 4.
Yeah, Roman Yossi, $9 million, Brady Shea, $7 million. And then on the other side, you got Philip Forsberg, 8.5, Stamkos, $8 million, Marchessault, 5.5. So Nick Hague is actually, as far as skaters, he's the 6th highest compensated skater. Probably 7th behind one of their goaltenders. No? Yeah, 7th if you include Roman Yossi. So he's certainly going to have a financial responsibility. And, Nick Hague, his time in Vegas, he was he knew most likely he's going to be on the 3rd D pairing unless there's injuries and things like that. You have to go out there and give, 13 and a half to 16 minutes of responsible hockey and be done. Now in Nashville, he does go with expectations. He does have something to live up to. He's getting that $5 million, 5.5, whatever it is, that salary over there. And he's going to have to be out there 18, 19 minutes a game, maybe 20 minutes plus some games as well. And he's going to have to hopefully expand his game. And I think Hague can certainly live up to that.
What a crazy world we live in. Did you say he's making as much? Hague and Marchessault are making the same salaries, I believe. They're both making the same amount of money.
No, Hague's making more. Hague's making 5. Oh, no, they're 5.5. You're right. They're both 5.5. My bad.
They're both at 5.5. That's kind of funny, I think, in so many ways. 21 points this past
defensemen, though, defensemen are a premium right now. There's always a scoring winger out there, no matter what. But solid defensemen that take a lot of minutes.
You need defense. Yeah, you need defense. And there's
always a 20-goal winger out there, always.
We go back to the summer of 22 and the Golden Knights. Yes, they definitely were driven by this hunger and came back. And then again, they win the Stanley Cup. And just curious if Nashville could do the same thing. But that's a good blueprint, right, for Hague to go by. And when he talks to his teammates there, leader or not. Okay, maybe I just misfired there. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about Brett Howden, and where does he fit in with this VGK lineup with all of this new talent? Next on Locked On Golden Knights. We're brought to you today by Gametime, giving you last-minute ticket deals, zone deals for deep discounts, panoramic seat views, and all-in pricing. And you know, ticket prices often plummet the closer you get to an event. So it's always good to hang out outside of T-Mobile arenas, let's say, for hockey. And some of the things that we really like, you can save huge on zone deals. They pick the best seats at the lowest price for you. And right now, zone deals are offering 10% off exclusive zone deals for FIFA Club World Cup matchups. So that is pretty big. And Gametime includes fees up front, which we really like and respect. And it backs every order with their ticket coverage guarantee. So you are covered for cancellations, for job loss, and even offering 24-hour returns. It's honestly a life hack for getting incredible tickets on the fly. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets today and go to Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL. You'll get $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account, use that redeem code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. We appreciate you making us your first listen every day. Of course, please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. And in this segment, let's talk about Brett Howden. And I'm wondering here if Howden, after the season ended, talk about a guy that's been driven, if he's been working out over the summer the way he did a summer ago with Keegan Colasar. Those two both stepped up their game last summer, and it paid off dividends. It really did. And you talk about a career high, Chris, of 40 points and 23 goals. So the question here is, not only can Howden replicate those numbers this season, there's more talent around him, and it's a different team of sorts. But does he even get that opportunity to play that many minutes this season? And what will his role be?
This is where the Brandon Saad signing is a little bit of a head scratcher. And again, there's going to be injuries. Things are going to change. So Howden might in the beginning be stuck, for lack of a better term, on that fourth line, and kind of has to work his way from there, wait for his opportunity. But reminder, Brett Howden was tied for fourth in leading the Golden Knights in goals scored with Ivan Barbashev. Howden played 80 games versus Barbashev's 70 games, but still tied for fourth overall. And you're talking someone who is likely buried on the fourth line right now. I mean, competing for a third and second line spot, it's Brandon Saad, Riley Smith, and honestly, as crazy as it sounds, Barbashev found himself playing down a lot last year too. So if Barbashev doesn't come out of the gate well, he could be looking at a loss of minutes depending on how Howden does. But does it make sense to have? I mean, again, this is daily face-off. There's nothing set in stone about this by any means, but right now the fourth line is penciled as Sissons, Howden, and Colasar, a 23-goal scoring winger, and 22 of those goals, I believe, were at even strength. One was a shorty. So this is a very powerful player. And again, Howden can create some mismatches and everything being on that fourth line. So that can certainly be a good thing. We've seen Keegan Colasar's skill develop as well. So this could be like a hybrid scoring energy line that plays very physical, but also has the ability to, put up 40 goals between the three of them, which would be magnificent for a fourth line.
Yeah, and that fourth line again with Sissons and Colasar, would they have the same identity as they've had in the past?
I think, Sissons is going to have the physicality and the same face-off ability as Nicolas Hague, maybe not as much as scoring.
Better
face-offs. Okay, better face-offs. 56%, I believe, for Sissons, if I'm not mistaken. So Nicolas Hague did bring a physicality, but it wasn't necessarily like a Keegan Kolesar physicality or even a Brett Howden physicality. So I think you're still going to have the same identity down there with a little more skill, even though Nick Hague is a little more skilled than Sissons. Brett Howden is just going to be much more skilled than Tanner Pearson.
Yeah, and then again, that Marner effect there trickles down, and with all the focus on now the top 6 for VGK, because we don't know where they're going to be playing Marner. Perhaps they'll move Bruce will move him around for sure, but that does take some pressure off of the line there on the 4th line, and the 3rd line could be productive as well. So really well rounded there entirely with their top 12, if you will.
The forward depth is amazing right now in Vegas. Defensive depth, I think they're one piece away. We can save that for, we've already hit that topic all week, Rasmus Anderson.
We did.
Yeah, so we'll see exactly how that plays out, but I'm concerned that Howden is buried on that 4th line, and you wonder what a line of, and I know you'll cover yours, Tony, but a line of Carlson, Howden, and Mitch Marner as the 2nd line. I think something like that is interesting. And then you do wind up keeping some, combination of Eichel, Stone, and Dorofeev on that top line too. And then Hurdle bounces down to the 3rd line. So that's I really want to see Carlson and Marner together, and if maybe Howden can sneak his way onto that line.
Sneak his way on, just like, hey, just go out there on the ice.
Like you do when you go out places, you sneak in the back door. You know your way around all the kitchens in the major strip.
I know the kitchens. I know how to get through that line there in the front. What line? Okay, so a 5-year contract extension back in November. So Howden is going to start to feel comfortable here, and you just have to wonder about the drive. What the drive is like over this summer compared to a year ago. Does he have that same drive? Yeah, contract year. A lot of guys go all out to prove themselves.
I think if someone, and I'll tread a little carefully here, but I think if there's one player on this Golden Knight roster that cannot wait to get back to the regularity of the NHL schedule, it's Brett Howden. He's had a tough summer, obviously, with everything happening. So I think Howden will have a very, very, very strong season. He's going to be in the right place, I think, mentally once the season starts, and he needs to get back on the ice right now.
It was a little bit spicy too this past season. He had a 2-game suspension in there thrown in.
Good.
Yeah. You like the spice.
I want that edge, and I think that's what keeps Brett Howden going. He plays on the edge, and he's had more than one questionable hit throughout his career. I don't want to see him getting large pockets of suspensions, and the next questionable hit might be a longer term suspension, as he'd be a repeat offender now. But again, Howden, he knows what it takes to stay in an NHL lineup. He learned that over the years. And of course, putting up 23 goals makes it a little bit easier, but it's the things he did right to get to that point. And his positioning, whatever he did in the offseason to get himself ready to go. And I think Howden's going to be a very solid, a more skilled Michael Amadio, Nicolas Hague, Swiss Army type that can kill penalties, that can play on the 2nd and top line if he needs to, and should be really comfortable in that middle 6, I think, once the season goes. And I mean, again, Howden was the 2nd line winger when this team won a Stanley Cup, so it's not too far-fetched to assume. I mean, he had his own line, Tony. There you go. So it's not far-fetched to assume that Howden could get a look in a top 6 role this season.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for Howden than Barbashev.
You are, yes. And I still say, you said VGK needs one piece, another defenseman, perhaps. And I say they need 2 pieces, because I still think they can get a winger there that maybe Barbashev tailed off, right? Towards the end of the season.
He did.
And you could tell that even Bruce Cassidy lost confidence in Ivan Barbashev. By moving him, when you start to move him around, right? Now he's on the 3rd line, and he's got to be wondering, hey, what did I do wrong?
Barbashev has had issues with consistent, regular season hockey. When the playoff lights are on, you usually see a better version of him.
Yeah, I think he tailed off just a bit, and we'll see how he fits in if this happens. If, again, they're not going to trade him. They made a phone call. He's all good. Coming up
Can you
next.
imagine if that happened now? Like, that would just be awesome.
I want it to happen now, even more so. One of those three get traded. That'd be kind of funny. Coming up next, it is that time of the week again. It is What the Friday. Stay tuned. More after this on Locked On Golden Knights. Welcome back from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. It's an avalanche of people in town right now. It is out of control here because NBA Summer League's here. A lot of friends. I have a party coming up that I'm doing on the DL. No one will know about it on Sunday night at the MGM up in the suites. That'll be fun. So Monday morning, I'll be hungover. I haven't drank in, believe it or not, I haven't drank. This summer will mark next month 25 years. And I could put them away with the best of them. You should have seen that run. That was a good run. That leads us into WTF. I don't know where I was headed there. So WTF
So we're
time.
celebrating sobriety or we're regarding sobriety, just for the record?
I'm celebrating sobriety, but I'm still drunk from
I was
2000.
50-50 there, Tony. I thought you were about to pour one out right there.
Jeez. One of these days on this show, Golick, you're pushing me, bro.
It's coffee. It's coffee. Relax.
Okay, I could smell some of that whiskey you have there. Okay, so Ryan Reeves, it's WTF time. Start off with Ryan Reeves. Back in the Pacific Division. Talk about late night news dumps. Again, like last night, he was there at Topgolf signing autographs at Topgolf, 7 o'clock. I must have been the first one to see this tweet where it says sent like 36 seconds ago. And I go, holy smokes, but he's signing autographs, shades of Logan Thompson, this poor fella. So a little bit after 7 o'clock last night, Reeves sent packing from Toronto to San Jose, WTF. And I have to go back to the Cam and Strix podcast from earlier this week where Reeves said that the hate for Evander Kane is real. So now they're back in the same division. Reeves this week saying that he feels that this guy chirps a lot, Evander Kane, and he feels that he never wants to really, truly fight, and he's like a fraudulent player. So we're going to see a fight there out of the shoot. I cannot wait for that matchup. So Kane now with Vancouver, Ryan Reeves with San Jose, and this will bring out some of the boo birds when they announce Reeves tomorrow night at the softball game. You have to believe he goes with he's a villain now. He's going to come in here with the
imagine if he actually walked in wearing a Sharks jersey. I think that'd be the funniest thing in the world.
You and I would troll. We would do that.
Oh, I think that'd be the greatest. I mean, I had up and back with Logan last night about it. Logan Thompson, obviously, because of what Logan went through with his situation in Vegas at the draft when he got traded.
Same thing about
we had a chuckle up and back, but also Logan thinks that Revo will be happy about it, and it's a good thing for him. He'll get more minutes in San Jose, and he'll be a good protector. There's a lot of youth in San Jose, so I think it'll make Celebrini and Will Smith and William Eklund, and the list goes, not Henry Thrun anymore because he got traded, but the list goes on. So I think it's good for the kids there in San Jose to have Revo around. So good on Revo. I think it's a better situation. I don't think he's going to be playing for the Barracuda, at least not early in this season. So hopefully it all works out.
He doesn't want to take any bus trips, remember.
Trevor Conley, I just pulled up a picture here, and first WTF, he looks like the singer of All American Rejects, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen those two in the same room at the same time.
I have not, but I saw All American Rejects. I think they were performing with the Savannah Bananas on one of those.
God, I am just so obsessed with everything about that whole business right now. It's amazing what they do, and I just wonder if the MLB actually is going to be looking down, just wondering how soon till Savannah just passes them in revenue and attendance.
They're just crushing it.
It's amazing. It's just a wonderful business model that they have going there. But with Trevor Connolly, I put a tweet out there about Connolly being involved in a trade for Rasmus Anderson, and all of a sudden Connolly is the next Wayne Gretzky. I mean, it is the Golden Knights. I guess this is where you give their media team credit. They have found a way to absolutely sell every Golden Knights fan on Trevor Connolly, and forgetting about his past and everything, and what he's going to do on the ice. So
wiped out.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if
They
Connolly
sealed
works
his
out with the
records,
Golden Knights,
bro.
that's wonderful. But people just seem to forget the business model. If we're going to talk business models for a second, of what Kelly McCrimmon does, and he finds young prospects and assets and flips them to NHL-ready players, which flips to Stanley Cups. So, folks, if Trevor Connolly does get traded for Anderson or anyone else, good riddance, goodbye. Life will be just fine, I promise. Even if Connolly winds up being a bona fide superstar, it's still a net win for all the trades that have happened. And then the other WTF, I put out there about William Karlsson and Mitch Marner getting a look on the same line. And the Riley Smith fan club, speaking venomous, he used a crazy word in the open. I just had to shake. I forgot what it even was, but the again, Riley Smith, wonderful what he does, blah blah blah. Fine, okay, there's the qualifier, but he's still a 34 NHL journeyman who's going to be a fringe third, fourth line player here. If William Karlsson goes in a scoring role and Riley Smith drops down to the fourth line, it's okay, folks. It is okay to see a player like Riley Smith on that fourth line in a defensive role. Everything will be fine, I promise. But again, understand, this isn't 2017, 2018, 2019. This is a new version of Riley Smith where he's simply trying to stay in the show and stay in the game right now. And he'll be fine with the Golden Knights, but I don't know if you can expect a 45, 50, 55 point type season out of Riley Smith. So WTF Connolly and Smith and the singer of the All-American Rejects.
WTF, NHL agent Alan Walsh said this week we can expect a ton of trades. We could see a lot of trades. This is going to be the week it heats up.
Ryan Reeves, he was right. He got it. Yeah, nailed
Nothing but crickets. That was the biggest trade of the week.
Nailed
and,
it.
you were talking about Reeves and beating up guys and stuff. He says now, like, it's kind of transitioning to more skilled players in the NHL, and there's not very many guys that want to fight him. And so let's see what his role is this
Do you want to fight Reeves? I mean, geez, Reeves is out. Reeves and Rempe are the same player. They play 4 or 5 minutes a game,
but he likes all those guys. He likes Rempe. He likes Tom Wilson.
He likes them, but
likes Tom Wilson.
It's a dying. Tom Wilson is a skilled player that can score 20 goals a season.
He can score. Okay, let's get to some of our friends here on the X first. Idaho Patriot, our guy Jeremy Brennan. WTF did you guys do to my head? All day I sang Manic Monday by the Bengals, but I changed it to It's Just Another Marner Monday. That's catching on. Glad that it's not Sunday. Forever stuck in my head. Have a great Friday, WTF. Yoda Jenkins, WTF. So how about the timing of that Revo trade? That was unbelievable. I'm like, I knew he was signing autographs at 7. It was shortly after 7 o'clock. Couldn't they wait till today? Maybe, like, whatever. WTF. John Price, VGK fan in Toronto, our good friend. When are we going to go all in on Rasmus Anderson to reunite Hannafin with Hannafin in Sin City? And we're hoping to. Man. WTF. From Cricket Whistle 7. You are going to regret that LOMM moniker. That's Locked On Marner Mania, right? LOMM moniker that you've adopted. Everything has been so cringe so far. The intro, the pressers, the sweater, on and off. Is that still
the off ice crap? Knock it off.
Lots of goals, but more cringe.
Go away.
Than that alert sign.
Go away.
WTF. He doesn't think he's going to light the lamp. Let's see.
Whatever. Okay, good for you.
I can't wait for Marner Monday. Let's hope he plays. Is Marner going to play in the softball game? That's the question.
I don't know. I hope
he's minus 145 to appear.
Couple from YouTube real fast. Yoda Jenkins at 29:57 of yesterday's show. The reaction to the puns are priceless. By the way, Wonderful Pistachios should do a sponsor with Locked On Kraken. There you go, right there. And then I like this one. It's not WTF, just a good perspective. Give Dorofeev 5 times 3 or 4, and then give him the bag if he winds up becoming an elite level player. I love that. I don't know if he takes that type of contract.
He won't take it, no.
And then Johnny I'll read one for Johnny here. Funny how everyone talks about players wanting to live in Vegas. It's dirty and overrated. Okay. I would never live there. Okay, fine. Or New York for that matter. Overrated crap hole, in my opinion. Johnny Ol 3, whatever the heck your name is. Where do you live? I want to know where you live. So if you're still watching, let me know what crap hole you live in here, and we'll see which crap hole is better.
This is the cleanest city ever. Like literally, people dump trash everywhere back east where I'm from.
Okay, you're talking the alleys and stuff, yeah, and just on the side of the road.
So
fine. I mean, have you crossed one of the bridges, pedestrian bridges lately?
Okay, all right, colleague, that's enough.
Let's go home.
We appreciate it. WTF on that. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Don't forget, we'll be back again on Monday, hopefully. From my man Chris Golick, Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday right here on Lockdown Golden Knights. Please take care.
Paper cut out.